Good day everyone, I'm Enya Cadet de la Cruz Marvin Jr. A from PIMSAT Colleges in Philippines. But you can call me Marvs. You're currently Marvs retirement student. So today we will discuss the 3 annexes under the MARPOL. So we have the MARPOL Annex 4, 5, and 6. We will discuss the different requirements that a ship must comply to avoid penalties on these 3 MARPOL annexes. So first, let's go to the MARPOL Annex 4, or the prevention of pollution by sewage from ships. So this MARPOL applies to all ships over 400 gross tonnage and all ships under 400 gross tonnage that is carrying more than 15 people. So this annex has several key requirements to be complied by ships. And these key requirements includes the sewage treatment plant. So in the sewage treatment plant, it states that all ships is required to have a well-functioning and a approved sewage treatment plant or a holding tanks. So holding tanks that for example, the sewage treatment plant, the primary, secondary, tertiary treatment plant, and also the sludge treatment. So next, let's go to the discharge standards. So here in the discharge standards, it states that ships must have a holding tanks to store sewage whenever it cannot be disinfected immediately or treated immediately. So holding tanks, for example, we have the standard holding tanks, the aerated mixing tanks, the combined holding and treatment systems, and also for our naval vessel, for navy ships, they are required to have a centralized holding tanks, or what we call the CHT. So here in the discharge standards, we also have the discharge criteria stating that a comminuted and a disinfected sewage is permitted at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles. So remember, it is permitted to have a 3 nautical miles when the sewage is comminuted and it is treated. However, if a sewage is an untreated type of sewage, the discharge is permitted at a distance of more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. And also, if the sewage is coming from the holding tanks, the discharge must be at a moderate rate while the ship is underway a route of 4 knots. So next, let's go to the special areas. So here in the MARPOL Annex 4, there are special areas that is designated to have a more strict requirements than other places. For example, we have the Baltic Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. So Baltic Sea is bordered by a lot of countries. For example, there are Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and Russia, and etc. So the Mediterranean Sea also is designated as a special area. So as you all know, Mediterranean Sea is on the southern Europe, between Europe, Asia, and Africa. So they are designated as a special area for the MARPOL Annex 4 because they have suffered and currently suffering from the excess nutrients, or what we call the eutrophication. So next, we have the record keeping. So record keeping states that ships must maintain a detailed records of all sewage discharges and treatment operation. So in the record book, it must be located easily available when a inspection has occurred on board, and also the record book must maintain the date, location, time, volume of discharge, flow rate, the type of treatment used before discharging the sewage, and the record book must stay on board for at least 3 years for proper tracking and for proper inspection. And a ship must obtain an International Sewage Pollution Prevention Certificate from the MARPOL Annex 4. So next, let's go to the MARPOL Annex 5, or the regulations for the prevention of pollution by garbage from ships. So this annex focuses on minimizing the discharge of waste from ships into the sea to protect the marine environment. So first, let's go to the garbage management plan. So a ship must have a plan to store and discharge or dispose a garbage. So we have the discharge restrictions. So the discharge restrictions, specific regulations, limits the type of garbage that can be discharged and the distances from when and where discharge is allowed. Also, we have a special areas. There are 6 special areas designated for this annex, and they have stricter controls to their ecological sensitivity. So we have the Mediterranean Sea, Baltic Sea, North Sea, Gulf area, wider Caribbean, and the Arctic. So next is the plastic waste. So the discharge of all plastic is strictly prohibited. It includes nets, plastic bottles, something like that. All plastic type of things is not allowed. And also we have the port reception facilities. It states that ships are encouraged to use port facilities for garbage disposal. Next is the record keeping. So in record keeping, it states that ships must maintain a garbage record book to document the disposal waste. Also, they are requiring the crew to have a training, and crew members must receive training in waste management procedures. So by complying with MARPOL Annex 5, ships contribute the preservation of marine life and sustainable future of the maritime industry. Lastly, let's go to the MARPOL Annex 6, or the prevention of air pollution from ships. So while MARPOL Annex 5 focuses on garbage pollution, Annex 6 specifically addresses air pollution from ships, including emissions of sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxide, and other harmful substances. So on the MARPOL Annex 6, we have the ECAs, or what we call the emission control areas. So here in emission control areas, we have the sulfur oxides, or the SOx. It states that ships operating in designated ECAs must use a fuel with a maximum sulfur content of 0.1% mass by mass. And also on the nitrogen oxide, or the NOx, we have it states that a ship must comply with NOx emission limits based on their engine size and speed. And we have also the particulate matter, or what we call the PM, and some ECAs specific limits on particulate matter emissions. So there are also a requirement that includes a global sulfur limits. For example, on SOx. So SOx, outside of ECAs, ships must use fuel with a maximum of sulfur content of 0.5% mass by mass, again, since 2020. And for the nitrogen oxide, a ship must comply with nitrogen oxides emission limits based on their engine size and speed, regardless of the location. So on the EEDI, or what we call the Energy Efficiency Design Index, so if the ships built after 2013 must meet specific energy efficiency standards aiming to reduce greenhouse emission. And shipboard management plans, ships must have a plan outlining procedures for complying with Annex 6 requirements, including a fuel management, record keeping, and crew training. And there are several technical requirements under the MARPOL Annex 6. So on the technical requirements, that include a fuel quality, and it states that a ship must use fuel that meets the specified sulfur content limits, and also the monitoring and reporting. The monitoring and reporting states that a ship must monitor their emissions and report data to authorities. Lastly, the training. So a crew member must receive training on Annex 6 regulations and procedures. So by complying with these requirements and these regulations, ships can significantly reduce air pollution from shipping activities, contributing to cleaner air and a healthier marine environment. International Air Pollution Prevention Certificate is the one that is produced by the MARPOL Annex 6 that a ship must have to pass with the regulation and requirement of the MARPOL Annex 6.